Hi, it's Joelle, and welcome to this self-massage sequence where we'll be using massage balls, also known as therapy balls, to massage our glutes. So we will of course need 2 balls for today, and they can be therapy balls, tennis balls, or any type of other athletic balls you may have at home. And we're going to start on our back. You can place 1 ball under each glute, bring the soles of the feet together, and the knees out wide, and we're just going to start rocking a little bit left to right, and chances are you're going to be feeling this right away. So this sequence is really wonderful for anyone dealing not just with glute pain, but also hip pain, maybe even low back pain, or just general tightness in that more central part of the body. And you might take some little circles around. So we're just starting to explore, just figuring out which spots are tender, which ones maybe need the most attention for today. And then keeping the left knee pressing open, we're just going to start bringing the right knee up towards the sky and then opening it up once again. So just take a couple moves at your own pace, just noticing if that changes the sensation, whether in the left glute or the right glute. You might need to readjust one or both balls just to kind of get them into the best spot for today. And then leave that right knee open. We'll do the same thing with the left, just bringing it up towards the ceiling and then opening up that knee once more. So self-massage actually has a bunch of benefits, and I'll link below to a quick video I filmed about the advantages and some of the tools I like to use for self-massage. But in a nutshell, what we're doing here is we're breaking up the lactic acid that can build up in our glutes. And now let's straighten out the left leg, and we'll pull the right knee in towards the chest. You can either hold it still, or again, you might rock it a little bit from side to side and just see what type of sensation or experience results from that. You can close the eyes here. And you might just want to adjust that ball as I am doing here. And see if you can direct your breath into the area where you're feeling this the most. And there's no right or wrong way to do that, just maybe visualizing the breath heading straight for that area might help a little bit. And then we can gently release that right knee, extend the right leg out, and we'll pull the left knee in towards the chest. And just find either that same stillness or maybe some little rocking motions, front, back, side to side. Just have a play and see what feels best for you today. So as I was saying a moment ago, lactic acid can build up from activity or from the way we move and sit and walk. And what we're doing today will help us not only reduce soreness in certain areas, but also free up our body for those types of everyday movements. So I always think of self-massage as the perfect complement to stretching and strengthening moves, and finding a nice balance of the 3 is, in my opinion, one of the best things we can do ourselves for pain management or for increasing our mobility. Very well done. Let's extend that left leg out. And let's come up onto our elbows, and that might be particularly challenging with the balls underneath us. And we're just going to flex the right foot, lift it up, and set it back down to alternate and switch sides. So just go at your own pace here, never push into any pain. So if you need to take breaks today, that's perfectly fine. If you need to move 1 or both balls out of the way for a few moments, go ahead and do so. Or again, you may want to experiment moving it up or down, side to side, an inch here and there. Well, that's probably enough of that. And now we're going to roll over onto our right side, staying up on the right elbow here, and you can bring that left hand in front of you for balance. And with the right foot propped up behind us, we're just going to lift and lower that left leg. So probably feeling this now more in the side of the glute or the hip. You might also feel this in the adductors a little bit, or the IT band. And then we'll bring the knee towards the chest here, still working the same right leg, and then kick that heel out away and straighten the leg. A few more repetitions here at your own pace. Just about 30 seconds in each exercise today. And no matter where you are, I promise you're doing wonderful things for your body, even if it may not always feel like it when they're in the midst of things like this. Very nice work. I'm just going to flip around so I can stay facing you. And we're going to sit up on top of our balls now. I'm sorry, it's one of those days. So again, we've got one ball under each glute here, and we're sitting up. We can keep the hands behind us for a little bit of extra balance. And we just move in circles, again, maybe exploring a slightly different area in the top of the leg or in the glutes themselves. Just for a few moments. There you go. And now we can come down onto our left elbow, and we'll do the same moves on this side. So we're going to be straightening out our left leg now. We can use our other hand for a little bit of extra balance. And just lift and lower that leg. So I do like these particular therapy balls for self-massage because they're just the right size for me, and they're also not as soft as tennis balls, which tend to have a little bit too much give as we start bending and extending that left knee now. I also find that lacrosse balls can be a little bit too much for me sometimes. So I do like those therapy balls. I'll link to some good massage balls in the description box below this video. But of course you should feel free to use whatever you find most enjoyable and therapeutic. Oh, really getting into it there. All right. Wonderfully done. Let's come now back down onto our backs, readjusting those balls once more. If you need to, finding a good spot, a juicy spot for right now. And we'll pull both knees in towards the chest. And again, just rocking those knees now from left to right. Noticing how this feels in the lower back as well. And then we can cross the right ankle over the left knee for a reclined pigeon pose, as we've done in other sequences together before. And again, just see how that changes the sensation as you move a little bit from side to side, breathing into any feelings here. And if you need to pick up the hips for a few seconds of release, you're absolutely free to do so. And if you also find a spot where you'd just like to hold still, then please do so as well. That's what I'm doing now. Just closing the eyes and again, sending our breath down into that part of the body. Very nice. Let's bring the right foot back to the mat, and we'll cross the left ankle over the right knee now. And again, you might repeat those little rocks, little wiggles, side to side, front or back, noticing the difference from side to side. Sometimes when we have hip pain in one side more than the other, a little bit of extra time spent on that glute on the same side can be really nice and beneficial. And again, you can also just hold in place and breathe. I will also link down below to a full body 10-minute sequence that I made with a foam roller, as well, of course, as that benefits of self-massage that I mentioned earlier. And we can uncross that leg, place both feet flat on the mat. And then one at a time, we'll just extend those legs. And we can come into what is basically a Shavasana pose, turning the palms toward the ceiling, letting the eyes close, letting the feet flop out here. Just continuing to bring a little bit of attention to those glutes, which are still resting on top of those massage balls. Thanking ourselves for some wonderful self-care today. And reminding ourselves that 10 minutes a day, even when that's all we've got, can truly make a difference in our bodies and minds. So I hope this helps. I hope that you felt it in a good way. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you and well done. Namaste.